What if a single degree could be the key to unlocking solutions for some of India's biggest social challenges? Well, today we're diving into the PhD in social work, a qualification that does way more than just open career doors. It actually helps build the architects of a better society.
So let's just start with the big question, right? How do you actually solve a country's most deep-rooted, complicated social problems? It's not a simple answer, of course, but it definitely starts with a real commitment to deep expertise and serious research.
We're not talking about small, easy fixes here. We're looking at this tangled web of challenges, everything from poverty and unemployment to a growing mental health crisis in social justice. Basic knowledge just can't untangle this stuff. You need a much, much higher level of expertise.
And that is exactly where this specific PhD comes into play. It's really designed to be the bridge that connects that deep academic knowledge with real, tangible change out there on the ground.
Think of it like this, okay? On one side, you've got these incredibly complex social issues, and on the other, you have the need for sophisticated research and policies that actually work. A PhD in social work is literally the bridge that connects those two worlds. It's what turns understanding into action.
This qualification, it really transforms a practitioner into what you could call a social architect. They go from just working within the existing system to actually designing the system itself, architecting the frameworks for massive social change. And that transformation happens because the curriculum, it just goes so far beyond what you'd get in a master's program. We're talking about high-level policy analysis to tackle inequality, advanced community strategies to lift up rural areas, and even designing entire systems for mental health or child protection.
So the big question is, where does this level of expertise actually take you? What does a social architect really do day to day? All right, let's break down the 5 key sectors where these career doors just swing wide open.
First up, you've got the world of academia. Now, this is the foundation, right? This is where the next generation of social workers get trained and where all the groundbreaking new research is born. A PhD is the absolute gold standard here. It opens doors to these really respected roles, like an assistant professor at a university, a research scholar, or a postdoctoral fellow. From these positions, you are directly shaping the future of the entire field.
Okay, next, let's move into the government sector. This is where you can leave a direct mark on national policies and programs that affect literally millions of people's lives.
In this space, you could become a project director or a policy analyst at a critical government think tank like Niti Aayog. And hey, take a look at that salary range. It's not just a number, it's a signal that the government is serious about investing in top-level expertise to solve these huge national problems.
Our third sector is the absolutely vital world of medical and mental health. Especially now, with this growing awareness around mental well-being, the role of a social work PhD here is more critical than ever before. People with PhDs here, they often step into leadership roles. They're directing entire community health programs, they're heading up rehabilitation centers, or serving as specialists in mental health counseling. These are incredibly important functions within our healthcare system.
All right, now let's zoom out a bit to the global stage. The fourth key sector is all about making an impact with non-governmental and major international organizations. Think places like UNICEF or the World Health Organization.
In these roles, you're not just running a program. You are designing it from scratch, you're managing it, and you're evaluating its impact. As a program manager or a consultant, the scope is massive, and you can see that the pay for senior roles definitely reflects that global scale.
And finally, we have our fifth and maybe the fastest-growing sector of them all, corporate social responsibility, or CSR. This is where the world of business and social development collide.
You see, major companies need experts to design and lead their social responsibility strategies, making sure that their investments create real, measurable change. And that high starting salary, it just shows you how competitive this field has become for top talent.
And when you get to the senior level in CSR, wow, the earning potential is huge. For a lead strategist, a monthly salary can easily go past 2 lakh rupees. This makes it one of the most lucrative paths for these experts for sure.
So, when you put it all together, from shaping policy in government to leading global programs with NGOs or driving strategy in the corporate world, it's super clear that a PhD in social work opens up this really diverse range of high-impact and, yes, well-compensated career paths.
It's obvious this isn't just about getting another degree, right? It's about a genuine pathway to leadership and creating a lasting positive impact on society's future.
The pathway to becoming a leader becomes really clear. It all starts with acquiring this advanced knowledge. That empowers you to step into a strategic role. And from there, you are perfectly positioned to lead policy and drive social change on a national scale. You become that social architect.
And this isn't just some theory, you know. The demand is really growing. With this huge national focus on sustainable development, on gender equality, on mental health, the need for highly qualified social work researchers and leaders in India is just accelerating. Which really just leaves us with one final thought. The demand for these experts is growing every single day. So the real question is, with this kind of opportunity, what kind of positive change will you choose to build?